Hello friends! So recently, Issy&Co came out with their active skin tint and weightless loose powders. Now something you should know about me is that I really love base makeup, so when I found out about this release, I was really intrigued. So since I'm a good friend, I decided to purchase it and try it out and do a review. So before we dive into the actual review, let's do a little mini haul. So as you see, I got 3 products from Issy&Co, so let's go through that. The first thing I got is the Issy&Co Brow Refiner. So one side has castor oil and the other side is the brow mascara. And I got mine in the shade brown. Now this isn't part of the review, but I thought that I'd show it anyways because I did get it. The next product that I got is this, and this is the Issy&Co Weightless Loose Powder. This actually comes in 3 different variants. There's a mattifying, a translucent, and an illuminating. Now I personally have a lot of mattifying translucent powders in my collection, so I decided to get the illuminating one. So this is what the product looks like. Ooh, this feels really nice. It has some weight to it. Like, it feels really nice packaging. It says Issy&Co Cosmetics on top, and if you open this up, it comes with a mirror, which I think is a really nice addition for on the go. And then it comes with a powder puff and oh wow, woo. There is like a net on the inside. Having the face puff and the powder separate makes it a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Makes it a little bit more sanitary. Maybe sanitary is not the right word, but I like that they're separate because at the same time, because there is this, you know, lid when you're traveling or when you're just putting this in your cabinet, regardless of how you put your powder, you don't have to worry about your powder going everywhere. As for the feel of the product, it feels really nice and soft, very finely milled. Now last but not the least, and the star of the show, I got the Issy&Co Active Skin Tint. Now really quickly, I want to commend Issy&Co for coming out with more than 2 shades. Now I feel like the last time I saw a local brand come out with, you know, more than 2 shades for like a foundation based product was when Weiss Cosmetics came out with their face powders. So to see a local brand, you know, pay attention and realize that, you know, there's more than 2 shades to Filipinos out there. I don't know, I just think that's really commendable. And yeah, you should check out the shade range if you want to see for yourself. But personally, I got mine in the shade Beach, which is a middle shade. This is what the product looks like. Very minimal packaging, as you can see. Okay, let's jump into the review now. I'm excited to try this out. So let's start with the active skin tint. Now, some things you should know about it. I have my phone here, by the way, to read. Its breathable and lightweight formula gives a sheer hint of color, so I'm not really expecting a lot of coverage. Aside from that, it gives a natural and healthy glow. It has a broad spectrum UVA, UVB of SPF 35. Some of the things that Issy&Co claims makes this product special is that it has niacinamide to help improve skin texture and control sebum, sunscreen actives to filter light and protect your skin, squalene, which is an olive-derived antioxidant that seals in moisture, and last but not the least, it has an oil-free formula which makes it suitable for a lot of skin types. So when I was watching reviews of this product, I noticed that a lot of them complained about how when you do this, the product doesn't dispense immediately, and that's because this has an airless pump. So I saw Issy&Co's TikTok and they suggest opening this up, and as you can see, the product is there. And oh, my product is way down there, and then squeezing it and then closing it again. I'm trying to be really mess free with this, and then start squeezing out your product, and it dispenses much faster. As I mentioned, I got the shade Brulee. This is what it looks like. Let's apply it here. I actually think that's a pretty good match. I don't know if you could see that with my shoulder. I think that's a good match. For my application, I'm gonna do one side of my face with a brush and one side with a sponge. Let's start with my sponge, and ooh, that's blending out really nice. Let me transfer you here so that you can see me applying. I hope you can see better. As you can see, it's not really covering up any of my acne marks from what I can tell, but I can definitely see how it's kind of evening out my skin tone. It's a very sheer coverage, but then again, it didn't claim to be full coverage, so I'm not expecting that. I think I just finished one pump on my half of my face. Honestly, it doesn't really look like I applied anything on my skin, but it definitely did even out my skin tone. Like, I don't know if you could see, like, you saw my cheeks were very red a while ago, but as you can see, it looks a little bit more even, and at the same time, it has this really nice glow. Like, can you see that? Like, this is my skin's natural glow. This is the glow that the product is giving. So that is one side of my face done. What do you think? I'm looking at the camera to see if it like what I think. Just evens out my skin tone, gives this really nice, like, more healthy finish to the skin. For this side of my skin, I will be using a brush, so I will move it here as well so you can see me applying. We're going in again with a pump of product. So far, in terms of how this product feels on this side of my face, it feels really lightweight, honestly. Like, it doesn't really feel like much is on my skin. Again, it doesn't really... Oh, it feels cold. Whoa, that did not feel like that a while ago. So this side of my skin, as I'm applying the product, I can feel like it feels cold. Like, it feels refreshing. Like, I applied like cold moisturizer or something. Ooh, okay. I'm seeing a difference. So in comparison to this side of my face, it does offer a bit more coverage. I mean, I have less pigmentation here than I have here, but as you can tell, this does have a bit more coverage than this side. Actually, let me try grabbing some of the product here and applying this here. Let's see if that... Yes. The brush offers more coverage. I like it with the brush more than the sponge. Pero kung mas natural na coverage habol mo, use the sponge. I'm liking this a lot. Like, I just look even out and fresh, girl. So this is what the product looks like, blended out all over my face. I honestly prefer it with a brush. It offers more coverage and I just feel like it kind of blends out a little bit better. In terms of my general appearance, I really like how this is looking. It just looks really nice and natural and just makes my skin look a little bit more put together, which I like. It doesn't feel like much on the skin. I can definitely feel it. Like, I can tell there is something sitting on top of my skin. But as far as things go, it doesn't feel like irritating or anything. In comparison to, say, wearing a foundation, this feels a lot better. Yes, like this feels a lot more lightweight. I applied some concealer off camera. I don't know if you could tell. Just a little bit of concealer. Looking at myself properly off camera, this looks really good. Like, it just looks so nice and glowy and it just evened out my skin tone. And I just feel like I look a little bit more put together without, you know, wearing like foundation. Now for the face powder. As I mentioned, I got myself the illuminating one because I already have a lot of, you know, typical like mattifying translucent powders. So I wanted to try this out because I actually don't have any of this kind of like illuminating powder type product in my collection. So just like the SkinTint, let's talk a little bit about the product. Designed to remove the shine but not the glow, all three variants are completely free of talc, substituted by a blend of mica and cornstarch, which helps reduce the chances of irritation and potential toxicity. Now, what makes this product special is that illuminating finish in particular has diamond powder, which gives a luminous finish. So this is supposed to like mattify my face, I guess, while still kind of keeping that glow, which I really want to keep. I really like how this glow looks like, ugh. So let's apply the powder now. I will be taking this to apply it on one side and on the other side I'll do my brush because I want to see how they look. Ooh, I really like that it's like that, by the way. I feel like with this kind of component, you're less likely to, you know, use too much product. Let's apply it on my under eye. Let's do this side because you're on this side of my face. Application. Oh, that is a lot of product. I got too much product, sis. Okay, I need to dust this off. Actually, no, I think I got a good amount. Like, that's pretty good. That looks good. That looks good. Okay. What do we think? It's definitely not translucent in my opinion. I feel like it has a little bit of like a color, but it didn't claim to be translucent, so it's fine. But it definitely this part looks a lot brighter than this side. I don't know if you can tell. As for the difference, as you can see, this part looks a lot more smooth. And if you look closely, like when I move my face and have the light shine on my face, there is a little bit of a glow still on my skin, but it's not, you know, as glowy as this. I think that looks fine. I think that looks good. I actually don't mind that. That looks good. That looks good. Now for this side of my face, I'm gonna apply it with a powder. I do typically apply my powders with a brush. I prefer that more than the sponge, but okay. Powder. And then let's apply. The powder is flying everywhere. The brush picked up a lot more product than the puff. Ooh, This side looks so bright. Is it just me? This side looks so much better than this side. Okay, let's keep applying this. Maybe I'm just impatient. Maybe it'll react. I like this more with the brush. I just feel like it applies better. Okay. Ooh! Ooh, that looks good still. Oh, I think that still looks good. Okay, this is what the powder looks like. Now, in terms of how different it might be in comparison to my other loose powders, I can see what they mean about how it will powder your face without taking the shine, but it definitely is not as glowy as a while ago. I prefer the way it looked like a while ago, but I think it still looks good. If you look closely, this product kind of made my skin look smoother, and like I feel like because we did take away a little bit of the glow, it just kind of looks like there's a little bit of a filter on my skin. I still see a little bit of the glow, especially when I smile, like, and the light hits my cheeks. Like, there's still this glow on my skin. Like, my forehead is still glowy, but it's definitely a lot more matte in comparison to a while ago. So this is a close-up of what everything looks like. As you can see, acne coverage a little bit. I did apply some concealer on top. By the way, the concealer blended out pretty well. My skin just looks so even and like so nice, and with the addition of the powder, kind of looks like I got a filter on my face. But yeah, everything looks good. I'm gonna hop off camera now to finish the rest of my makeup, and I'll show you what I look like and how things blended out in the next clip. Hey besties, I'm back, and this is what the makeup looks like finished. Let me zoom in so you could see. What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? Personally, what I think it looks good. Like, as far as coverage goes, my skin looks so much more even. And in terms of like my acne marks, as you can see, especially on this side, like it definitely covered it up a little bit. Like, it's still there, but it's a lot less prominent. My skin looks so even and so healthy. It looks good. In terms of looking natural, as far as natural goes, consider the fact that you're still wearing powder, you're still wearing a skin tint. It looks natural. Like, especially in real life, when I look closely into my skin, it looks good. Anyways, I'm gonna go about my day. Let's see how this makeup wears. I'll get back to you in a few hours, but take a good look at her because this is our starting. See you in a bit. Hello friends. As you can see, I'm a lot more oily and a little less energetic than when you last saw me. So it has definitely been a very, very long day for me. It is currently, according to my watch, 8:42 p.m. and I actually finished this makeup around like 1 p.m. So it's been like 7 hours, almost 8 since, you know, we last saw each other. So really quickly, I want to show you my mask because I did go out. Now, the product didn't claim to be transfer proof, so as expected already, the product transferred on my mask. You can see a little bit of my blush here and the skin tint right around the mask. Those areas where the mask was touching my face, I can see it has rubbed off, especially on my chin. But considering I was wearing a mask and you know I did sweat and produce oil, honestly I feel like it doesn't look bad, especially like in this region of my face. On camera it doesn't really pick up well, but in real life when I'm looking at myself, like I feel like I could wear this for a little bit longer if I touched up my makeup. Let me show you what it looks like if I touch it up because I know some people are most likely gonna do that. I'm just gonna take my sponge. Okay. So this is what everything looks like once you finish touching it up, and as you can see, and as I can see, it still looks pretty good. I could wear this for another 2 hours. I can see myself in the camera and I can see myself on the mirror in real life, and honestly, this still looks pretty good because even at this point, all I can really feel is like, I can feel that my face was oily and sweaty, but other than that, I don't really feel the product that much. Like, it's not really an irritating feeling. It still is kind of weightless. I can kind of feel it, but you know, I would say it's still pretty weightless. Hello, change of outfit because it's been a few days since I filmed the first part of this video. I tried out the products a bit more and I have more things to say about it, so let's talk about it. Starting with the Issy&Co Weightless Loose Powder in the Illuminating finish. Honestly, I noticed that regardless of whether I use this with a brush or with a puff that comes with this, it didn't work any better. It didn't really help in terms of prolonging my makeup, But I do think that is kind of buyer error because I did get this in the illuminating finish. And as somebody with oily skin, I probably should have opted for getting the mattifying one or the translucent one. Aside from that, what I did notice this product do for my skin is that it kind of just mattified my skin and made it look like there was a smooth filter on it. But in terms of the whole take away the shine, diamond dust, but not the glow, there wasn't much of a difference, especially when I put it side by side with my other loose powders. Overall, I don't think this powder is bad. I just think it's probably not the best for my skin type, being that I am oily skin. So, yeah. Moving on now to the skin tint. If you really want to get this, consider these factors before making your decision. If you're like me and you don't have the most perfect skin, if you have acne marks, acne, or anything that you wish to cover up, this is not the kind of product that will give you a lot of coverage. When Issy&Co says that this product is a sheer tint, they mean it. I found that regardless of how much I tried to build up this product, as in light coverage lang talaga siya. You can, however, use a concealer with this. Concealer works really well on top and under this product, but remember, it's probably not gonna look as natural compared to when you use this product on its own. I think the main purpose of this product isn't really to, make your skin look super perfect, but it will give you this really nice my skin but better appearance, and it has a really nice healthy glow to it, which I honestly really like. Next thing to consider if you want to get this, if you're somebody with really oily skin like me, I'm not sure if you're gonna enjoy this product as much. As I mentioned, this product delivers this natural glow, and at first it looks good, you can powder it and all, but for me personally, I noticed after the 3.5 hour mark, I noticed that I don't like the way that it looks as much, and by then I would need to touch up or maybe use like a tissue to kind of pat my skin to get rid of the oil. It is bearable and it does still look good. It just looks like my skin is really dewy, but if you're oily, I'm not sure if you're gonna enjoy that as much. Speaking of oily skin, I also want to talk about the whole lightweightness of this product. Once your oils come into contact with the makeup, it's not as lightweight. I would say it's more like semi-lightweight. Last thing I think you should consider if you want to get this, if you don't like stuff that transfer, this is not a transfer-proof product. Again, if you're oily skin, even more. Some areas of my skin that come into contact with things like, say, a face mask like you saw earlier, or maybe if I'm lying down on my bed, or if you're somebody who rests like this, you'll notice that after a while it will rub off. And for me, I noticed that on areas on my skin that don't even make contact with anything like my chin and my nose, the makeup rubs off very easily. With all those factors in mind, you're probably wondering, do I still like this product? And my answer is yes, I do like the product. I like the finish that it gives my skin. I like the whole my skin but better appearance that it gives. This is the kind of product I'm willing to finesse. But if you want a product that is straightforward and you don't want to fuss too much with taking extra steps, I'm not sure if you're gonna enjoy this. Overall, considering everything that I said, should you check out your cart now? I say that depends on you. If you have the budget and you really want to try this product out, go for it. The products are not bad, they do work, but get the powder that works for you. And the skin tint isn't bad, it worked for me. I will say though, if you really want to get this, check out during Lazada's birthday sale, or maybe wait for Shopee and Lazada's 4/4 sale and save some money. If you're still iffy though after everything that I said, I would say just save your money, maybe wait for something else, or just buy something else, because you might be disappointed with how this product works for you. Anyway, I really hope that I help you make a decision. Happy shopping, shop responsibly, check out that card if you want. So that's gonna be it for this video. I really hope that this was helpful. Let me know if you're gonna buy this product, or maybe you have some recommendations. Leave them down below. I'm gonna go now. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Goodbye.